Okay, so I just have a short video this week. You can see that I've got the engine all put back together, the intake manifold, the distributor, all that put back in there. The reason I'll be making some shorter videos is because I have another project that's come in that I need to work on. So let's have a look at that real quick and I can show you what I have to do there and what's going to take me away from this for a little while. And what I have to work on there is this is a 4L80E for somebody else's project, and we're going to be going through that. There's a handful of modifications I got to do to that, so that should keep me busy for a while. I've done a couple of automatic transmissions in the past. I'm probably not going to be making videos about this for a couple of reasons. One of them is I'm not that experienced with them. And the second reason is I think there's already a lot of videos out there about them. But I do need to get this started and get this moving so that I can get it back to them so they can work on their project. Let me go talk more about this short video I made for this week. And it's just going to be a real simple video. I'm just going to start this up and warm it up and let it run for, I don't know, probably an hour or so. And some of the purpose of that isn't going to be visible in this video, but it's going to be to get the oil hot and splashing around inside of the engine so that when it comes time to disassemble this, I can see if that ATF that we put in there did anything or not. And the other thing that's going to go on while I'm doing this is I'm going to pressurize the cooling system while it does that, so that it's highly unlikely that I'll have a problem, but I want to see to make sure that by heating it up and pressurizing the cooling system, I want to make sure that there's not going to be coolant showing up in the oil. And then we'll see that during the disassembly process, which might not be for a while now. Let me get started with that, and again, it's probably going to be like this for a while, where just these short videos. I can't remember a time I've seen one of these old V8s idling like this. It's idling at about 400 RPMs, and it's really smooth. It's just spinning over. It's like a tractor engine. But something I wanted to show real quick here, maybe I'll show some more later, was that I'm running it after I've done that valve lifter modification to all 16 lifters at this point, and they're quiet. So at least for the time being, I'm going to say that sounds pretty good. But I was just telling you, I haven't seen an engine idle down like this in so long. The engines I usually have too much camshaft to idle below maybe 800 or so. Anyway, I was actually able to pull the throttle back even further, and it's idling at 300 RPMs. Okay, so while it's just purring away there at 300 RPM, I want to just let this thing run at no load or anything for maybe about an hour. And I want that oil that's in there to circulate around, splash around. And the other thing I want to do is I want the engine to get up to temperature. I've got a 180 degree thermostat in there, which I don't usually do in the dyno room because, well, there's reasons for that. But it's got a 180 in there, and I'm just going to let this run. The other thing I want to do before it's over with is I've got a port up here. It's kind of out of up there where I can I've got a gauge there, and I've got a place there where I can put a little bit of pressure on the cooling system and then kind of check for leaks. Okay, so I pulled the valve cover off, and yeah, it looks like we still got oil coming to the rockers. And maybe too much oil going to the rockers, because I ran it with the valve cover off just for, I don't know, 5 seconds, and it sprayed oil all the way out to here. I kind of wonder if I had maybe took a little bit too much material off of that, off the bottom of those lifter parts, or the other thing I'm kind of wondering now is if this thing just would have come around if the engine had warmed up. We are getting oil there, so the noise that we're hearing, And the other thing I did is I flipped all the push rods upside down, so there might be a little bit of a weird wear contact patch between the rocker arm and the push rod. That might be what that noise is. So anyway, just wanted to verify there's still getting oil up there, and I need to clean up that. Let's run it for a little while longer. Okay, so I didn't want to make a whole long video about this engine just sitting here and running for a while. And then I ranged the temperature between 180 and 210 roughly, and just to get that oil good and hot. Definitely not an exciting video, but at any rate, to wrap it up, it ran at temperature like that for about an hour, and I wanted to keep the RPMs fairly low, so I just kept it between about 600 RPM and maybe 1,000 to 1,200 RPM. I was a little bit worried about what that ATF was going to do in there. I mean, it's probably fine, but I was a little bit worried about that because I think that right now this crankshaft is very serviceable. I mean, I think this right now it's gonna need to be ground and polished and everything, but I think it's probably going to be pretty good that way. So I didn't want to run the risk of hurting the crankshaft or the rods. Anyway, I just didn't want to run the risk of hurting that stuff, so I kept the RPMs low, kept an eye on things, and I just ran it for about an hour that way. Whether or not that had an effect on cleaning the inside of the engine, we'll have to wait until we disassemble it. So I guess I'm going to wrap this up. Anyway, that's all I got for this week, and I'll see you next time.